This is the parking lot, that's the garage.
How you been? It's a pretty good pull with a lot of traffic.
It is. You bring the piano home?
Yeah.
Put the trailer or?
No, it's a digital piano. This is like my fifth one. No.
Hi, Jennifer John.
But it's not full size. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you're.
It's got. What's 61 pounds, so I know that.
There's a lot. Wow, a lot to make most of that. It's pretty light.
How are you? Good, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Different order, you know. And they asked him if we can hear her online and all, Jen John.
I can't. I've got her joint.
What's that?
I have her joint, but I don't hear her.
Can't hear you now.
I asked her to.
I never did. What's that? She's on mute right now?
Well, I asked her to unmute.
Can't hear.
I've got two instances of her. Her one with Jen Johnson, one with JJ.
Here we go. Now, here I am. Okay. I think I was maybe disabled before. Okay, thank you guys. I'm here.
Can you project your image? So it's up to you whether you want to approve it or not.
I wasn't at that meeting, so I don't know if it was even discussed, so I'd probably abstain from that. Or-
Yeah, I think you were there about it.
Yeah. that- Yeah, yeah, I'm out of town.
Well, no, this is the first time we tried to have it, approved.
Yeah, right.
If I'm correct. So, she has to be on. So I just went back and said, it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Just going to terminology.
Oh.
And who said it was wrong, you know, we changed it. It does have really good in the like, in 22.
Yeah, but someone has to make a motion with that thing, changing. Right.
I had sent it to her, I think that was for that.
We need to make a motion on
Yes, sir, about to start the BZA meeting. Yeah. Okay. As well, and with Jonathan Peterson, the Zoom, if you're blogging credentials, you gotta send them.
I didn't know you could do that. And he had told me.
We send them a link for this, or a Zoom routine link. Okay, it's on, is it working or not?
Yeah, see.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh, will Jonathan be able to speak on this with that link, or will he be just shut up? We need 2 minutes. Yeah, we have to send the same kind of link like Jim has, because otherwise, if that's just an audio link for the general public, he won't be able to speak. How do we get him online?
You need to go to the, I mean.
I don't think he can speak on that. He can speak on that.
It's either.
Yeah, he was trying that. Link does that just have audio? You can't speak, you can hear us talking, probably, you can hear. Can't speak.
Yeah, I didn't really set him up.
Yeah, he's gonna try, through.
I don't see him on.
Are you under just JJ? What do you under? What's your, I'm even seeing your name on the screen.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't see the
okay,
link.
all right.
Is he gonna
He's
try to join
he'll
back
log
in? He's gonna try back in.
Yep. I mean, we can turn this off.
No, I just wish, you know, this, because it's like we're trying to start and we're recording. This stuff. Does he want me to call on my own?
He says that he's gonna sign in and I can sign in with the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Here ya.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Let me get my iPad fired up again. I have 6:49 on Tuesday, November 12th. I will call the meeting to order. Would everyone please rise for pledge allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is roll call. I'll have you call roll.
Mr. Rathon,
Here.
Mr. Hemingway,
Present.
Mr. Pulaski,
Here.
Mr. Peterson,
Present.
Ms. John,
Here,
Mr. Baker will not be attending anymore. Will.
Here. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Since we have a quorum, we'll move on to the approval of minutes. We have the minutes from October 8, 2024. Has everyone had a chance to review the draft minutes with the corrections? So what's the pleasure of the BZA?
A motion to accept the October 8th, 2024 minutes. Okay.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
No second that.
Any discussion? None. I'll have you call roll, please.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Chairman Rathon,
Yes.
Mr. Peterson,
Mr. Peterson?
I'm just the board liaison. I do not vote on these matters.
John,
Jen, you there?
yes. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Yes,
Approval of minutes passes. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is preliminary hearings. We have BZA 24009 conditional use. If I say your name wrong, I apologize. It's Suck Winter.
Yes.
Did I get it right? Okay. Singh Barsra, owner of DP Petroleum LLC, requests a conditional use from table 266405A6 principal use, motor vehicle related uses category for a motor vehicle cleaning facility, car wash at the Marathon Service Station located at 9451 Calumet Avenue. Jennifer, we have you online. I'd like to turn this over to you for a presentation.
Sure, I was told this was a previous application from some years ago that they're bringing back. It's an accessory structure they like to turn or bring back as a car wash facility at this location. It does take a conditional use. So that is why they're coming to the BZA this evening. Do you have specific questions I could try to answer?
Jennifer, from what I remember, was this one denied before? Was it tabled? What was the, I know it came several years ago. From what I recollect, I believe it was denied back then.
Okay, I can't speak with certainty, but it was from the conversation, I thought the application was dropped. So you might know more than me.
Mr. Woodford, that's something we can check some history on, can't we?
We can, and I wish I could add something for you, but I don't, I remember some activity, but I'm not sure.
Right. Okay, is that all you have, Jennifer, or are you just going, is anything else you want to go through, or is just a car wash added to the marathon station, basically?
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think Denise could pull up the aerial that might help you. But that's really all.
Thank you, Jennifer. This is just a preliminary hearing. Is someone here that would like to speak on behalf of the petitioner? If so, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for public records.
My name is Sakundra Basra. I'm owner of a DB Petroleum. And only reason I came over here to try to apply for reopening the car wash, because since I took over the place, I did a lot of changes to the station, like adding 8 dispensers with 25 7.5-inch screens. And we added some more fuel into the facility, like diesel, E85, and E88, and the regular gas. And by fixing all the brand new parking lot and painting the building, changed all the landscaping and bringing up, up to date. So I would like to see if I can reopen the car wash to improve my business and give more discounts to the customers to the car wash on a field.
Thank you, Mr. Basra. How long have you owned the facility? Because I know last time, I believe it was the Good Oil Company.
Yeah, they're still on the property. I own the business now.
Okay.
I took over this April 1st, 2022.
2022?
Yes.
Okay. Because from what I remember, and I like to grab the file the last time this was brought about, I believe we talked about obviously the improvements on the property. I think we also talked about consolidating some of the curb cuts on the property with the access points and the traffic on Calumet Avenue. And that was some of the issues that we had, obviously, since this parcel has been developed over the years, the traffic flow and everything else has changed around the community with higher traffic counts and everything else. And there were some other issues that I don't quite remember that we discussed regarding why this was denied in the past. So I'd like to kind of review that to kind of refresh my memory of what the commission thought back then compared to what the commission would think now. Does anyone else have any questions or comments for the petitioner?
At this time.
Okay. This is just a preliminary hearing. So, we'll have a chance to vet this out prior to the public hearing beforehand. And do our due diligence to see, what the rationale was back then. So that being said, there's no other discussion. I'm looking for a motion from the board.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to set this to public hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? That being said, would you please call roll?
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. John,
Yes.
Chairman Ryan.
Yes. Please work with staff to make sure all the public notifications are met,
Okay,
and it'll be in front of us next month.
next month,
Yeah.
sure.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
So I need to put some notification on the front of the building?
Yes. Come work with Sergio and staff, and they'll show you, explain the whole process of making sure all the public notices are met, signs that we posted, the notice in the paper and so forth.
All right,
Right.
so that'll be next month also.
Yes, but there's certain timelines you have to make sure all that stuff is taken care of before it can come back next month.
Yes, I will start. doing
And
that.
improve the documentation.
Sure,
All right,
all right, thank you.
thank you. The next item on the agenda is BZA 24010, developmental standard variance. Diana Garza, Doyle Signs is requesting variances from section 266701B5T to allow for an existing cabin sign 6701B sign types, monument sign, dimensions and additional standards to replace the copy of an existing BMO Harris monument sign and table from 266701B sign types, wall sign, dimensions, and additional standards for one new BMO bank wall sign at 915 Ridge Road. That's a mouthful. Jennifer, I'll have you flip through this, please, for us.
Sure, this is an existing property and structures. The current sign, monument sign is legal non-conforming. They like to change the overall sign area. So to do that, we do need to bring all areas of that sign into compliance. So that's why you see the number of variances that you do for the monument sign. As far as the wall sign, they're taking that out of the pitched roof area and moving it to the other facade, getting rid of some of the channel letters, so they'll just say BMO with their logo, and putting that on the brick face front side. For that one, it's really that it's a clearance issue. Wall signs are supposed to be so high up off the ground, and it would not be for that one. We do need some clarification over the materials being used. If there's vinyl being used, that wouldn't be permitted. So we need to address if that's really what's happening, or if it's another material, so we can make sure we get the notifications correct. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Jennifer, thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Jennifer? That being said, is there someone here to speak on behalf of the petitioner?
There is, yes.
State your name and address.
Certainly. My name is John Streets, with Doyle Signs. Address is 232 West Interstate Road in Addison, Illinois, 60101.
Thank you, thank you. I see you're asking for several variances. One of the questions I have is, why aren't we bringing the monument sign, making it conforming by nature?
Certainly, BMO has some pretty rigid, branding standards.
Don't want to hear that.
And,
Everyone says that.
they definitely do their best to accommodate local codes as best they can. In this particular situation, given their location and the minimal signage that they'll have if this is approved, they feel if they have to lower that down to the ground and accommodate all the setback and size requirements, it'd be very difficult for traffic to find that location from that busy road that it's on. They're also trying to minimize costs in order to update the signs. If this variance is approved, this would be less signage than they had before. They're basically trying to rebrand this site to just a BMO, get rid of the Harris Bank reference, and accommodate the colors and the logo standards and sizes that they have at all their locations nationwide. The hardship, the code is just very rigid for this particular, business in the city, in the town. And I feel that if this variance is approved, it'll be not detrimental to the public, and it'll encourage safety because people will be able to see that site and turn in where they need to turn in a safe fashion, and they can operate as usual in the city.
I'm curious, what's the hardship by not conforming to the ordinance?
Safety and visibility, I believe, would be the hardship in this scenario, particularly with the monument, with that particular pole sign that's there. I had the pleasure of eating at Long John Silver's right around the corner from there. I was very happy to see that coming from, Villa Park, Illinois. They got rid of most of the Long John Silver's near me. A lot of the properties in that area all have pylon signs, and I think it's because of the nature of that road and the ingress and egress to get into that property. It's just improves the visibility and the safety element of patrons visiting those businesses.
I always find it unique when it comes to branding, because branding isn't exclusive all the time. You know, when I go up to the McDonald's in Lake Forest, the branding doesn't look the same as here, right? I don't know if you ever seen the McDonald's in Lake Forest where they have basically one little golden arch at their entrance, and it's a monument sign, and there's very little branding on the wall. Yet everyone in Lake Forest knows that that's McDonald's.
I can't speak to that particular location, but I see your points.
Right.
You know, my goal here is, you know, try to argue for their
Sure,
standards.
sure, right.
And, you know, I do believe if this variance is approved, it wouldn't set precedent for anyone in that area. And I would be very particular to this site based on the traffic patterns.
See, it's interesting because we have, after this, I'm sure the commission knows, we have Taco Bell that's presenting us a sign in Calumet Avenue, another highly visible area with multiple vendors, Target and other ones in there. You know, they're reproposing another monument sign, the same as theirs. Same kind of situation here, but the monument sign fits more within our current code and our current standards. And sometimes the hard part is if you have a standard and you set a standard by ordinance, what's the level of holding that standard throughout town to make sure that things are conforming and not. That's just my issue with that.
You know, I believe there's issues with setback, height, size of that sign. You know, from rebranding of this site, as was, you know, BMO from up above wanted to rebrand the site to get rid of Harris Bank from the branding. That'll kind of set it into that drive. I don't have that drawing in front of me to tell you what the existing setback is, but refacing that sign is going to be the most cost-effective way, as well as the most efficient way to maintain that branding. Is anyone able to go to that page that notates the setbacks on that sign? I think it's the page right before that one.
Did I pass it?
Yeah, I think it's that page right there. Let's see.
Property line to sign post is 7'10".
And isn't setback requirement 10 feet?
Jennifer, you'd have the code on that.
I believe that puts that sign into the driveway.
I believe it's 10 feet without looking at the code.
Yeah, right now it calls it out as 7'10" from the property line to the signpost. You know, that's to the post, not necessarily to the edge of the sign cabinet. So that means I'd have to be another 2 feet 10 to the right of where that post is. And that, from what I can tell in this photo, would basically put that into that parking lot area, which I don't think is ideal either for that drive. Definitely refacing the sign would be the most efficient way of rebranding the site. Really, all they're doing is taking off the Harris Bank from the branding.
You know, I'm just taking a look at this. It just seems that there's more area when I'm on the west side of that sign. So if the sign is moved, I don't know if it's possible or not. That would be 10 feet.
And I will just add in that at these crossroads or opportunities we have to make things conforming and fit within our current code, for better or for worse, in rebranding, you sort of put yourself in the crosshairs of our wanting to maintain and correct variances that did not present hardship, or, you know, this is anytime you go to change something, it's an opportunity for us to try and streamline things and bring things to code.
Does anyone else have any questions, or comments for petitioner? That being said, what is the, pleasure of BZA?
Chairman Rathman, I'd like to make a motion for public hearing for packet 24-010.
Done. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any other discussion on this issue? Please call roll.
Yes. Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. John,
Yes,
Chairman Rath.
Yes. Please work with staff regarding all the public notice requirements that need to be met prior to the next meeting.
Definitely will do. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time.
I would encourage you to bring a supplemental monument sign plan to show the commission during that meeting.
I will definitely be presenting the comments at this meeting to the client. I only have so much influence with them, but thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is BZA 24011, developmental standard variant. Jeannie Armando of MRB Architects, Inc. is requesting variances from section 266701B5C and T to allow for existing cabinet sign. Table 266701B, sign types, monument sign dimensions, and additional standards to replace the copy of an existing Taco Bell monument sign, and from table 266701B, sign types, wall sign dimensions, and additional standards for 3 new Taco Bell wall signs at 7949 Calumet Avenue. Jennifer, the floor is yours.
Thank you. You guys may remember the Taco Bell has gone through a rebranding, but an update to the facility as well. On the third page, you'll see highlighted different areas, the signs we're talking about. So we have the monument sign at the road. There's currently one there. They have put landscaping in, but they would like to reface that as well. So an update to the legal non-conforming sign again. So the area, the overall height, and then the letter height, we're not sure, like the Taco Bell, if that will need a variance as well as we need to confirm some of the material. As far as the wall signs, the ones on the north and the south facade are the same. And then the other facade is a little bit bigger. Again, just updating their branding. So the area of the overall height of the sign are out of compliance with the current code. And again, have questions about the material itself. Do you have any questions for staff?
No, Jennifer, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for staff?
No.
That being said, is there someone here to speak on behalf of petitioner? So please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, I'm Tina Armando with MRB Architect, 5105 Tollview Drive in Rolling Meadows, Illinois, 60008. Yes, we are proposing we would like more signage. Currently, the building has signage on the north and south. That is actually not allowed by your code. We were only allowed signage on the west, which currently has none. So we are wanting to have signage on 3 sides of our building since it is a very visible corner. We are right at the entrance into the shopping center. So not only do we have visibility on Calumet Avenue, but we have people coming into the shopping center. That is kind of a frontage. That's where our parking is. And then also on the drive-through side on the north, that's kind of an open area and again, very visible. And so like emo, we want the branding, we want as much signage as we can possibly get. So we're asking for, this is the typical Taco Bell signage that you see here presented. And the lettering is, I I think, I see here, 12, the smaller signs, the lettering is 12 inches tall. On the south side, that is gonna be 14, just because it is a bigger tower. And, but the other ones then are 12. The wall signage is gonna be acrylic. And, I think the bell might have some vinyl on it, though. We're working with our signage vendor to see what they can do, by way of possibly getting something else, but that is how it is made, is is normally with vinyl. As for the monument sign, we are hoping to actually just reface what is there. We'd like to keep the existing size. It is a little bit bigger than what is standard by your code. But again, we're just trying to get the new branding on there, the brand standard for Taco Bell. You'll see that the new signage is the one on the right. So we would keep the base and we just want to reface what is there. Those letters, the Taco Bell letters on there are 10 inches, and where it says drive-through, those are 5 inches tall.
Any questions for the petitioner? So basically, you're allowed one sign on the west, and you want to put 3 on there.
And we want to put 3. If you look around in the neighborhood, Wendy's, which is right next to us, same condition, they've got 3 signs on their building. You go down the street to Panera, they've got 3 signs. McDonald's, 3 signs. So it's not, we're not, I don't think asking for anything out of the ordinary. It is,
Old sign code though.
I understand, but you know, again, we're looking for branding, you
I
know,
always
when
say-
people drive by, and you even mentioned too, Calumet Avenue is getting busy. So people need to make that quick decision, and they know that bell when they see that bell, they know that's Taco Bell. And they can look for that and they'll be able to find it quickly, as opposed to trying to read signs.
Yeah, the hard part is, you know, we try to write these ordinances because you want to make the town look cleaner and neater and not signs on every corner of every single building. That's the purpose of the sign ordinance. We tend to get a lot of these requests and
Right.
it's hard to prove a hardship where nowadays, my personal belief, if I'm looking for somewhere to go to somewhere to eat, I'm gonna Google restaurants near me. It's gonna pop up 50 restaurants near me and my GPS is gonna take me to that area instead of the sign in the building.
True, but in the area that we're in, there is a lot of fast food restaurants in there, so of course.
Well, fast food restaurants tend to be by fast food.
We want
restaurants.
it, right, but we want to try to pull them to us.
Sure.
So, I mean, if people are just driving, trying to figure out what they want, we want them to see the bell.
Sure. Anyone have any questions? That being said, I'm looking for a motion from the BZA.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to move this to public hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second,
We have a motion, second. Any further discussion? Being none, would you please call roll?
yes,
Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. Johns,
Yes,
Chairman Rath.
Yes. Please work with staff regarding meeting all the public notice requirements prior to the next meeting.
Thank you.
There are no public hearings tonight. We have findings of facts. We have BZA 24008, developmental standards variance, Eric Stojkovic Inc. And Chad Gruen, Land Paper, representing Steve Westerberg, residential property owner. Will deny 2 developmental standard variances from table 266405A3. District standards for lot occupation and building standards to construct 3780 square foot accessory structure 20 feet tall and enclosed existing sports court at 10125 North Drive. Has everyone had a chance to review this findings of facts with the amended items? That being said, the motion for discussion even.
motion to accept the finding of facts, modifications therein for BZA docket 24008.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion, second. Is there any further discussion on this? Being none, would you please call roll?
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. John,
Yes.
Chairman Rattner,
Yes. Next item on the findings of facts, we have BZA 24004, Developmental Standards Variance, Dr. Mubarak Ruhart from Maximum Rehabilitation Services requests approval for a variance from table 26-6701B, wall sign standards description, to install a wall sign along the drive aisle facade, north side of the building, with the condition that the proposed sign be centered over the north entrance of the tenant space located at 8220 Calumet Avenue, Suite B. Has everyone had a chance to review this item? And if so, what's the pleasure of BZA? For a motion to approve the finding of fact.
Make motion to approve finding of facts.
So we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
I'll second it.
You got beat out, Jen. Any further discussion? Being none, would you please call roll?
Mr. Hemingway.
Yeah.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. John,
Yes.
Chairman Rattner,
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, we have continued discussion items, other business. Ordinance 1830, policy by which members of boards and commissions may participate by electronic means of communication. There's ordinance in front of this. Mr. Whitman, do you want to kind of give us a little explanation? This is looks like the means and methods for being able to participate in meetings electronically.
That's exactly what it is. This is a town ordinance, has been passed for a number of years. And basically, it gets us back to the beginning, do the preliminary hearings and then do the final, hearing. Now, that ordinance covers that in addition to the electronic communication.
It covers both.
And if you want to, if you have any thoughts, bring it back in December, take a look at it, distribute it, and take a look at it, and then come back in December, give any thoughts.
So this is going to be brought up in December meeting. And that would be a motion with passing this and the recommendation of town council, correct? Or is it just discussion from members of the commission?
No, you're correct. It's just that this is the ordinance in effect now.
Okay.
Okay. But if you want to change it,
Okay.
take a look and make any comments or questions in December, we'll change it.
Okay, perfect.
it's also the influence.
Right.
Anyone have any other discussion on this matter? Anyone online have any other discussion on this matter? Mr. Peterson, Ms. Johns?
No.
No, I
Okay,
think that covered it. And Denise, thank you for putting that on the agenda. I think that's very
Yeah.
helpful for everyone to have.
Thank you, Jonathan. The next item is the next regular business meeting is December 10th, 2024. If there's no other business on the agenda, I'll look for a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Since we have people online, I'll have you call the roll.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Mr. Pulaski,
Yes.
Ms. John,
Yes.
Chairman Rattner.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for your time tonight, and we will see you next month.
Mr. Rattner, might you have a few minutes on with the students? that are-
Sure. Absolutely.
Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We have some Munster students here who want to ask a few questions. Here, I can come back there too. Yeah.
Good holiday.
I haven't seen you actually.
Holiday.
No plan for them to be black. Probably not know Second Tuesday in the month. December 10th. Yeah. About like. Sure.
Jump in and hang on.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much. You have a good evening. Denise. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the other one.
Yeah.
They don't believe it's. Yeah. Yeah. The ordinance, and when someone wants something outside the ordinance, here, people. Okay. Yes.
Okay.